good day. This is Mark Biederman and
Doug Piercy
from Blind Illusion, and you are watching Starkstrom, the Austrian rock and metal magazine.
Okay, so I'm here with Mark and Doug from Blind Illusion. Yeah, everybody knows Blind Illusion.
Yeah,
I think.
Blind Illusion.
Yeah. When it comes to your band and you have to describe it to a person who doesn't know Blind Illusion, how do you describe the band to some metal outsider?
Progressive thrash metal. We like Mahavishnu Orchestra and Bay Area Thrash metal, you know. We like things like Shakti and Return to Forever, but we also like classical music and jazz, you know.
Yeah, we listen to it. That's what's so interesting about this formation is that we all are influenced by so many different types of music because we're all musicians at heart, and so we just tend to listen to everything. I mean, I listen to a lot of Latin music. I listen to a lot of progressive, metal, a lot of progressive jazz, rock, guitar stuff.
Alan Holdsworth.
Jesus, all sorts of. I mean, anything that's exotic is interesting to me because it's something new.
Yeah. I like electronic music, for example,
Me
as
too.
well.
I listen to house. I listen.
Not really house, but like Underworld or something like that.
Well, look,
really cool band.
Yeah, Dead Mouse.
Hey, man, as a singer, when I became the vocalist after Dave White left Blind Illusion and of course went with him, I had to become this singer now. And so it was on me to decide how I'm going to present myself. So I studied Jim Morrison and David Bowie. And that is how I came up with my persona. I'm nothing like them, but you take a song like The Amazing Maniacal Monolith, which is a deep cut, from the Wrath of the Gods, and you say, oh, there's the David Bowie,
It's just weird.
If you know it, you find it, right?
I am a frequent flyer,
Lots of experimentation on some of those last songs on the record, which was fine. That's exactly what we want to do. The last thing that we want to do is have everything sound exactly the same and be all heavier than everybody else, and just like it's already been done so many times. Why can't you just branch out and apply yourself?
It's just another
as if Queen,
Bay Area thrash band,
think about like how Queen did it. Queen has so many different styles, and they don't stop at anything. They'll still do something heavy. You'll hear like the Death on Two Legs thing, or then you'll hear like another one that bites the dust. I mean, what? What kind of a band would do that?
Or Bicycle.
No. Exactly. I mean, so like that's kind of the way I see.
Dislocate your spine if you don't sign, he said. I'll have you seeing double. Yeah, that's my favorite Queen.
Yeah.
I mean, but because there's so much interest and so much in various types of music and so many influences, it's really fun to be able to let them come out and into the writing structures,
One of my favorite all-time bands, hello Lonnie Jordan, is War.
Yeah, War.
Slipping into darkness, Cisco Kid, slipping into darkness. The world is a ghetto. With Eric Burden even, Spill the Wine. I mean, come on. So I want to branch out within our structure of metal, much like the way War did. Now, every song they had was a hit. You're never going to repeat a band like that. But to me, when I meet somebody and they say, your songs are memorable, that means we're doing something right.
Correct.
We still try to incorporate that kind of thing, I even got a keyboard pedal now. It's an organ pedal.
Oh, like Geddy Lee.
No, like John Lord.
John Lord, okay.
It sounds like John Lord.
It sounds like John Lord.
It's not a bass pedal.
I step on it and I'm playing my guitar, and it sounds like a keyboard. So you'll hear in Death Noise tonight.
Okay.
If we play Death
So we experience it in the live show.
Yes.
So you told me something about country music. I read you planned in the 80s. You planned to have a country band with Cliff Burton, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this something you want to talk about, or?
Oh, sure, why not? The Ghost Kings are the lords of the strings, God's gift to country. We rock and rule. Now, it's something that, when it was very much on fire because my good friend Scary Eric, he played the slide, and we got all these songs together because my mother asked me, son, before I die, I need to know you're going to be taken care of. I know you play your heavy metal, but I want you to write me some music I can tap my foot to. So I did. Songs like King Hobo, Dirt Road Okie, Richmond Blues, and these songs, you want to talk about hit songs, they're like Creedence Clearwater and stuff like that, the way they're just, every song has a hook, every song is funny,
Yeah, they're hilarious. They're all in G. It's just And it's just a bunch of crazies.
Which is a happy tune, right?
Yeah. And a bunch of crazies playing a bunch of half-ass madhouse country music.
It's like Led Zeppelin 3 when they're playing country meets ZZ Top.
Okay.
So
watch out for it out there.
Mark has been listening to a lot of country style players for most of his life, and he's picked up all sorts of cool tricks, whereas I'm off on the other side of the galaxy trying to figure out how Uli would record all the harmonies. He's down here trying to figure out how to chicken pick.
Bill Monroe, Jerry Reed.
Yeah, these are great.
Roy Clark.
Lots of name dropping here tonight. Lots more to come.
Name dropping, yeah. Go ahead.
We have some names to drop here.
Continue. Oh, hey, we even played one time, the Ghost Kings, just Scary and me, at a guitar show with David Grisman. Now, I don't know what that means to you, but what that means to me is he's the most greatest mandolin player who played on the song Ripple and Friend of the Devil from the Grateful Dead.
Okay, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
Maybe some people out there as well.
Jerry Garcia, come on. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So Grateful Dead. Yeah,
Enough country.
Going deeper and deeper into this.
You'll be lucky if you ever hear of the Ghost Kings again until I'm 90.
Okay, we'll watch out for it. So yeah, but the Bay Area scene. It's the band started actually in '78, right?
Yes,
you started,
sir.
Yeah. But the Bay Area scene, it came out like in the '80s, respectively.
When it started to really blow up as a heavy metal pot of gold, I guess you could say. Sure.
Yeah, but it's still talked about,
Yeah, it was.
Although it doesn't exist in this state.
It was an amazing electric time. You could feel it. I mean, everyone who was involved with it kind of knew. We knew we were onto something, and we're all kind of part of it. I mean, I was involved with a progressive rock band called Anvil Chorus, and then right about when that band was starting to be confused of where it wanted to go, Exodus and Metallica kind of came in and started playing around, and I started hanging out over at Ruthie's Inn doing live sound because I was doing a lot of recording at home at our own studio for various bands, and I wound up doing live sound for Exodus. And right about that, it was like 82, 83 time, right around then, and it was really electric. A lot of stuff was going on.
Who did they take on the road with them on their first tour?
They took me and him.
Because they wanted
for the security reasons, right?
Security, my kung fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a kung fu teacher as well.
Yeah.
So don't mess him.
No, it's not for fighting.
Yeah.
I was doing live sound. And he was
doing live security.
And he was doing violence.
I was throwing people off the stage. I was the lesson in violence.
But I heard Exodus gigs at those days were really violent, and people just there was blood, and it's just
it was
fairy tales.
Those guys are lovely guys, Tom Hunting never punched anybody out.
No one ever died. It was all
know.
fun and tongue-in-cheek and easygoing stuff. I mean, it was fun to go crazy and thrash, and their songs electrified the crowd to the point of where they just got massively into stage diving on each other, and the pits were developed and formed. You know, they didn't even call them pits back then. It was just big, huge thrash mess.
Paul Bailoff was definitely a martial artist. He studied Jeet Kune Do. And when he caught me being accosted by some big guy at a gig, he tried to step in. And I said, no, Paul, I've got this. And I'm throwing spin kicks and flying kicks and back fists. And afterwards, Paul says, they lied to me. I said, what do you mean? My teachers, they all said that traditional Shaolin Kung Fu does not work, but you just made it work. I said, that's the difference between studying from the age of 8 every day and just now picking it up and going once or twice a week. So Paul and I were just always tight like that, you know. And one time,
there's many stories about Paul.
One time,
I mean, it would take many more hours of just this one on this one topic. We could talk for hours.
But I've got to tell you one story about Paul because I know the people now that you're on it. It was the headbutt to the nose story. So this kid from the band Führer wants me to plug him on KUSF with Ron Quintana. So I'm telling Ron, I have to say something about David Vanderhoof's band, Führer. And he goes, oh, okay. So now he's putting on Blood Shower from Blind Illusion. He goes, okay, here we go. Blood Shower all over Dave Vanderhoof. 2 days later at Ruthie's, Dave Vanderhoof is in my face, man. Why could you slag me like that? He's going, and Paul's standing there going, you know, Paul knows already. He's like, he's waiting. Finally, I, bam, headbutt him, and the blood's gushing, and Paul's like, headbutt to the nose. All night long. Headbutt to the nose.
That's typical
Paul Bailoff. Headbutt to the nose.
And that's what he said.
So, but I'm not.
That's how he spoke.
I don't do that anymore.
No, you don't have to be afraid of him. He's a really nice guy.
Get in my face.
One of the nicest.
I'll kiss you on the nose.
I mean, we have so many topics here we can tap.
Continue.
We can talk all night till the sun is gone, but we have to just
move along.
I drop a few names and band names and stuff, and you just comment on it, right? Death Angel.
Death Angel,
favorite band.
Another one of the old school original bands from the area. They started off at an early, they were all very young when they started, and they started playing the Stone and getting good. At first, you know, it was just their friends that came, but slowly but surely built up into where they became a big phenomenon. And then, you know, I'm super proud of them.
Now you own their drummer, right?
Yeah, well, Andy's here with us now, so that's a great blessing because he's a great player, and he's another one of those cases where there's so many influences. I mean, you know, he's a metal guy, but on the other hand, his influences range through all types of like hip hop and soul and groove based things, and it fits in really well. He's a great guy, and it's fun to play with him.
Man, I'm telling you what. He drives this band the way no drummer ever has.
Yeah, he's a seasoned pro, so it's really fun to work with, you know, super pro types that.
Well, you are too, right?
Well, yeah.
You're all seasoned pros.
This guy.
Right? Listen, we've had many drummers throughout this whole thing, and I don't want to get into it, but there's just like there's examples of what not to do, and that's the end of that.
This guy here, when he was in Anvil Chorus, they were my favorite band in the Bay Area because they had keyboards and 2 guitars. We you know, at some time at Blind Illusion had 6 people in the band: 2 guitars, keyboards, drummer, bassist, and vocalist. His vocalist later, but this guy, I always wanted to play with him. So when they asked me to join to play the Heathen album, I jumped at the chance to play with him. Should have went on the tour, but you know, I might not be alive if I had went on that tour. So I'm cool. Everything's for a reason. But when he finally conceded, okay, this Race with the Wizard has got it's got my ear.
Attention.
The song, right?
Yeah. He came in, and there he is.
Started shredding like an animal.
He's the longest running Blind Illusion band member other than me. 6 years.
So, but it's still kind of, I don't want to say this, but it's
6 years.
still kind of an all-star band, right, at the moment.
Yeah, it
So
most definitely is. I mean, Wyatt, Beat Around the Bush, we've all kind of done a lot of things independently of each other. Even Tom.
yeah, tell me a little bit about Tom. He's left out up till now, so
our bassist
bass player.
extraordinaire, and he has a really interesting background of doing all sorts of progressive, Rush-oriented metal projects. And I don't remember, and he has his own Iron Maiden tribute band, which is an excellent version of it. They have probably one of the best vocalists since Bruce Dickinson himself.
Ancient Mariner.
Ancient Mariners.
Yeah.
Mariner or Mariners?
Ancient
Bruce has
Mariner.
got nothing on Mark Merritt.
Oh, that guy could
He's
join.
probably he's probably got the best voice of anyone in the Bay Area right now. It's just amazing.
Is this the final version of the band now, hopefully?
Oh, it seems to be.
Because there's like the door was revolving a lot in the last 40 years.
We're getting older now. We just we go out and do these little short tours, and they're it's tough because we have like lots of responsibility at home, and so we do short tours, and it keeps us kind of sane. We like to record and write stuff and kind of, not quite the direction of Steely Dan, but not far from it, doing short tours.
Short but intensive tours.
Yeah, I mean, if we were 20, it could be 2.5 month tours, but those days are kind of done.
You're the thrash metal Steely Dan.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely.
When you two came together the first time, it was before the Heathen thing, right? You knew each other before that?
When we came together, when you say came together...
Just you knew each other?
No, we hung out a little bit, My most memorable thing was we were going to play the Keystone Berkeley with Anvil Chorus.
Yeah, that was it.
And his father called me up and said,
"Oh, really?
I want you to come out and have dinner with us." His father's a lawyer. He's a really smart guy. He wrote a book and everything.
He managed Anvil Chorus for a little
This
while.
man is such a sweetheart.
I'm not even aware this happened, but that's cool.
It's always good to have a
I had
lawyer.
dinner with Jerry. Jerry was there, and Doug was nowhere to be found, I think. And I brought my little girlfriend, who is the mother of my daughter. But anyways, that aside, his father presents me with a professional logo. He says, "Now this is a $500 logo."
This one here.
No,
Oh.
it's the old one, the block logo.
Okay.
And he says, "I'm going to give you this logo, but I want you to make sure that your fans and friends stick around for Anvil Chorus. Don't just go running off and party. Party at the Keystone Berkeley." And so we did, and we've been great friends ever since.
Okay.
My dad, here's a little tidbit. When my dad finally gave up and quit from being management of Anvil Chorus, which was nothing more than calling the people at BGP and getting gigs there, the Keystone Berkeley or Keystone or the Stone in San Francisco or the MAB or whatever. We were trying to play around and supporting larger bands like Y&T, for example.
So, any last words to the people out there about Kirk Hammett or anything else?
Well, about Kirk Hammett, look at his new album, his Portals.
Kirk's doing fine.
Portals, man.
We love what Kirk's done.
Kirk's brother just called me up and said, "Mark, I'm going to get to have my private audience with Kirk." It's his brother. They're playing a show, and he's got the tickets, and I'm going to give him everything. I've been giving him things for the last 5 years to give to Kirk when he sees them. And so, yeah, when all my friends used to say, "You know Kirk Hammett?" Yeah, I know Kirk Hammett. But now they say, "Do you still know Kirk Hammett?" Yeah, I see him all the time on MTV,
Still on
the videos.
They're still on
But
MTV.
they're so busy, I never see him in person, But,
They're sort of removed from anything that used to be
but yeah,
The real world.
our scene. Yeah.
But Ricky got him the stuff, the Ghost King stuff, and the Blind Illusion, New Wrath of the Gods, and all that. And hey, we love you, Kirk.
Yeah.
Carry on.
We can give some.
If you need a private security, you know where to find me.
God.
Yeah, just any last words to the people out there?
Yeah, I hope to see you guys all soon on tour and enjoy coming out to Europe and playing for you all.
Stay metal.
It's going to be a great show tonight here and tomorrow at Stormcrusher, and then Oh, geez, the itinerary has many more dates after that.
We will be playing
We
with...
just played a whole bunch already, so we're just cruising into her and having a good time.
Keep your eyes out for our friends here, Risette and Fateful Finality.
Absolutely.
We will be
guys.
playing with Martyr and the great Fusion Bomb.
Yeah, crazy fusion bomb guys. They were with us last tour and helped us do the whole. The last time we came out, we toured with them. It was fun. They are great guys, young guys coming up and wanting to learn from the old dogs, you know.
So all these guys that have been playing this thrash metal, like they're like, when you talk to Ricky Wagner, from Risette, he says, we are the continuation of the Bay Area thrash metal. So just like we did with Fusion Bomb, these guys are now honorary Bay Area thrash metalers.
Yeah, sort of extended, but there they are.
Yeah.
How do I look?
You look all right.
Maniac?
For a 70-year-old guy, you look
Fine.
pretty good.
Do I look like the warrior who's going to live in the suicide forest?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.